I'm back. I'm back, baby. I know all of you guys have been asking, Grady, where you at? Oh, lots of things going on. Let's catch up. Oh, all kinds of good news. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. Good news. Also, guess what? Okay, I got a phone call. Guess from who? The Playboy Mansion gave me a call. All the girls, they said they've been lonely. After Hugh Hefner died, they wanted me to come. They talked about me moving in with them. I was like, no way, Jose. We got heroes to quest. We got heroes to level up. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then actually, believe it or not, one of them started crying. And I was like, oh, man. Well, I could use a little R&R. So I thought, hey, let's go check it out. Never been there. Let's go see what this is all about. So I decided, okay, let's go check it out. So I went. And you can imagine, what I was doing there. You guessed it, baby. You guessed it. I lined them all up. And I taught them all about DeFi Kingdoms, baby. I taught them about how they can go to the tavern and buy up as many heroes as humanly possible, spend every last penny in that bank account. They can buy up all the heroes in the tavern. It was awesome. Long day. We taught them all about it. Ins and outs. Okay. I was exhausted. Long day. We went to bed. I try to tell them I'm not good with girls. I've just never been good with girls. Try to tell them that. And they all were cuddling up with me and everything. I was like, no, don't bother me when I'm questing my heroes. Here's what happens. Here's what we do in this house every night. We go to bed. You know what we do when we go to bed? We quest our heroes. All up until the point until we fall asleep with the phone in our hand, questing heroes, baby. And then the split second we wake up, as soon as we wake up, we grab that phone and we start questing heroes to make up for all that lost time through the night. Those heroes aren't quested. We got to make sure they're quested, baby. And I just kind of realized, I don't think they're committed enough. They're not dedicated. I don't think they have what it takes. They don't have the ganas. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. That's what we're all about here. And, I was like, I got to get back to my peeps. I got to make videos, YouTube videos for my people. I can't be doing this. So I had to tell them next day, peace and love, guys, I got to go. One of them started crying again. I was like, oh, well, and so I gave her a pep talk. I was like, life is going to be good. All you got to do is go to the tavern and buy up as many heroes as humanly possible. You got this. And they begged me to stay. So that was hard. Felt bad. I tried to tell them that I'm just not good with girls anyways. And I don't know if I'll ever get a girl. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted a girl. Try to explain that to them. And they would argue with me, want me to stay. Who's got time for that? Because what we do here, you're crypto expert right here. That's what we got to do. I got to be your crypto expert to help you maximize your losses with crypto, baby. DeFi Kingdoms in the house. They always call me Shady Grady. You know what I'm saying? My last name is actually Gamble. For real. Grady Gamble. That's my name, baby. They always said, take a gamble with Shady Grady. So come one, come all. Take a gamble with Shady Grady. That's what we do right here, baby. All right. I'll stop. Let's talk DeFi Kingdoms. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms, baby. How about this news? We got lots to talk about. Lots going on. I'm going to give you my take. I was actually familiar with Klayton from years back. Okay, when we talk about it, I was real surprised when they brought up Klayton. But hey, it's not good or bad. I don't have anything good or bad to say about him. I was just surprised. Didn't see that coming. Okay, but first, let's talk about liquidity. Liquidity, I've had a lot of questions. Let's come here to the marketplace. A lot of questions on this. Central marketplace, come to the Druid. Okay, so unlike the gardens where you create liquidity, this is the same spot where you create a pool, create liquidity. And then you take that liquidity and deposit it into the gardens. In that scenario, not only do you get trading fees for the liquidity, but you also get rewarded jewel or crystal on Crystalville. We're going to talk about the gardens too. I was wrong about a couple things. Okay, so we'll get to that. Gardens. But first, liquidity. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking, don't fully understand. a DEX. What is a DEX? Decentralized exchange. An AMM is an automated market maker. So this is kind of sort of both. Okay, it's more of a DEX. So looking at this pool, Jewel and Golden Egg. So the way a DEX works is that it's completely automated and it just happens on its own. But the only way it can possibly work, the only way a DEX can exist is if we have liquidity for trades. That means you have a pair of coins that, so like if you have dollar bills and you want to buy Jewel. Okay, in order to do that for a DEX, dollar bills and Jewel have to be created as a pair. Then it can be a trading pair. That's how that works. Okay, so, and then in that case, so if, let's just say USDC and Jewel, hey, that's actually pool on Crystalville. Perfect. USDC and Jewel. What that means is anything else paired. So then that has liquidity. Okay. And anything else paired with either one of those two coins on an automated market maker, that's where it comes in. But an advanced automated market maker will combine multiple DEXs. This doesn't. But what this does do is that any other pair's liquidity with Jewel also plays into that, and USDC. So if you have USDC and you want to buy Jewel, as long as there's a pair somewhere in there with USDC leading to Jewel, you can trade that. So in this case, okay, with eggs, that's the question I get a lot with eggs. So in this case, before I put in all of this liquidity, there wasn't hardly any liquidity to even buy an egg on the DEX. So with this, I have 29 eggs in here, and that makes up of the pool 87, almost 88%. So what that means is, I kind of did the math. There is only currently about 32 golden eggs supplied in the DEX, unless they're supplied with gold. I guess that's there could be more golden eggs actually if it's supplied with gold, because as long as there's more golden eggs supplied in there, everything is paired with Jewel. So let's say someone right now in this pool, there's only a max of 32 golden eggs, period. So let's say someone came and bought all 32 of the eggs. I would no longer, and nobody would have any more eggs, but I would have tons and tons of Jewel, massive fees. Okay. And that also dictates how price movements as well. But essentially, okay, if someone sells an egg, that means you can think of it different ways. Okay. With eggs, it's a little different. In a lot of the DEXs, Jewel would be sold off to balance that out. Okay. But not on DeFi Kingdoms with these specific items. So let's say someone came in and bought $1 million of Avalanche, or sold $1 million of Avalanche within this pool, within the gardens, within the Avalanche Jewel pool. They sold $1 million of Avalanche. They just want to get out. So what that would do is, now it's 50-50 pairing with the amount of value of Jewel and the value of Avalanche. Okay, so if Avalanche all of a sudden drops by $1 million, boom. So then Jewel has to buy Avalanche to bring the pair to 50-50 again. So that's going to lower the price of Jewel also. Okay, in that instance. Okay, in this instance, that's not how it works with eggs. It just means the value of the egg goes up more and more, and the fees get crazier and crazier into your pocket if you're supplying the liquidity. So, and the max number of eggs that you could even possibly buy in this pool, look, did it just go up? No, it's 29. Okay, it's like 32 or 33 eggs. And then you're out of eggs, no more liquidity to buy eggs. You can sell eggs like big time in that scenario. But if someone bought up all 32 golden eggs in that pool, they're gone. Now, if there's also golden eggs paired with gold, which is possible, maybe some people have done that. That's possible. Well, then that works too. And you have Jewel and you want to buy more eggs. Well, what happens in that scenario? The Jewel is sold into gold, and then the gold, boom. That's how that works. So you can still buy, even if this pool runs out of golden eggs, if there's still golden eggs in another pool, that's where the automated market maker comes in. Does that make sense? So in this pool, it's all over the place. Sometimes I'm down on eggs compared to where I started, and sometimes I'm up. Right now, I'm way up, baby, on eggs specifically. So if I'm down on eggs, that means I'm going to be up on Jewel. If I'm down on Jewel means I'm going to be up on X. So if you supply liquidity here, you have to be good with either or scenario because it's possible. And so what this does essentially is it creates arbitrage opportunities with the vendor on buying essentially. And I guess selling. Yeah. So it's a big slippage amount because the fees are hefty, which is great for providing liquidity, but it's a win-win for me and the entire ecosystem because I'm good with loading up on the Jewel and I'm good with loading up on the golden eggs. Either way, within this pool. Okay, so I've seen this pool actually be down on eggs. I've seen it, but up on Jewel. Right now, it's way up on eggs, down on Jewel. Another huge thing to note on this is that in your initial deposit, you're going to take a hit. It's weird. I don't know why, but let's say you put in 25 golden eggs and 2,000 Jewel, just for round numbers. 25 golden eggs, 2,000 Jewel. When you go to look in the Druid and you hit manage and you look at this, it's going to show like 24 eggs and like 1,990 Jewel. You're going to be down on both. You're like, what the heck? Well, if you start from that 24 eggs and 1,900 Jewel or whatever, 1,990 Jewel, 1,980 Jewel, whatever it says, if you start and look from that number, you're just going to watch it rise, baby. On both sides, even though if one side is way up, the other side's still going to be down. So let me show you. And also, you don't want to just deposit like 3 or 4 eggs or even 5 or 6 or 7 eggs. It's wonky when you do that, let alone 1 egg. You might deposit that 1 egg and all of a sudden you have no eggs, but still the same amount of Jewel. Like if you that's happened to me. But if you just leave it in there, if you don't plan on taking it out, it'll be fine. If you've done that with just 1 egg, that's fine. Okay, so where was I a week ago or so? Maybe a bit over a week now. Where was I in this pool? I started 25 golden eggs and 2,287 Jewel. So I'm down about 220 Jewel, but I'm up 4 golden eggs. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. So I'm down, if I do the math right, 220 Jewel. I'm down 220 Jewel, but I'm up 4 eggs. So what is 4 eggs? 314 Jewel. So in like 1 or so weeks, I'm up almost 100 Jewel from that pool. Okay, check out the green eggs. Like if I were to sell the extra Jewel, if I wanted those, or sell the golden eggs, if I wanted to sell the golden eggs, okay, see the slippage, it's crazy. But I'm happy actually to have more golden eggs, if that makes sense. I want lots of golden eggs, but I'd be happy either way. The problem is if I pull this out, there's no longer liquidity. So I'm providing liquidity for the whole community practically. Okay, what's even better here? Everything is good. Everything's good. Okay. So I don't actually recommend buying 4 at once or selling 4 at once because you're probably better off selling like 1 at a time and waiting, even if it's 10 minutes, and then sell another one. Now with these other eggs, there's way more liquidity with these other eggs. Green egg here. Okay, so in this pool, let's look at that. So less than a week ago on this, I was at 56 green eggs. Now I'm at 57, and I was at 907 Jewel. So I am up. So I have 57 green eggs in this. I put in 56. I put in 907 Jewel, and I'm at 944. So I've gained an egg, and I've gained almost 40 Jewel. That's just 1 week. Yeah. I mean, just imagine that being in there for a year. That's like awesome. Awesome. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Wanted to clarify that because I get so many questions every day on that. Okay. Let's hit on Klaytn. Okay. In the description below, Coin Bureau, like a couple years ago or a year and a half ago, maybe it's a couple years now, did a video on Klaytn because I was hearing other people talking about Klaytn. Klaytn was popping in the bull market. Maybe it is just like a year and a half ago. I don't know. But Klaytn was popping. And I heard some guys talking about it. They were real big on it. Klaytn is basically in South Korea, is basically like imagine if AT&T or like Facebook created a crypto. That's kind of what it is there. The company that's behind it is huge. So watch the Coin Bureau video. Now the Coin Bureau video is outdated. So back then he was checking their Twitter. He was checking, there was like no activity with the project. So kind of my takeaway, I was surprised. So I never touched Klayton with a 10-foot pole as far as buying their crypto because their tokenomics, but their tokenomics emissions is over 20 years or maybe even over 25 years on their tokenomics emissions. But it's still a lot of emissions. Okay. So it's very inflationary and they had no activity back then. So my kind of takeaway is that they just, first of all, they had a lot of hurdles with the South Korean government, just like Facebook had with Libra when they tried to start their cryptocurrency and raised all kinds of money and all this and that, and it went nowhere. Okay. Well, it's kind of the same thing happened, but they actually still got it going. But I think they were kind of out of gas at the time. They maybe didn't have the right leadership in charge of the project. It's like a massive cell phone company. It's a big like car company, maybe too, that owns Klayton, that started it. So it is a centralized chain. Compared to most, it's not very decentralized. But there is a lot of cool things about it. And so my guess, the video that you can watch from Coin Bureau is out of date, and they just restructured and gotten their shit together, and they're on a better track. And now they're pursuing their vision. So they came out with this grandiose vision, and then they weren't doing anything. They weren't communicating very well. There was no Twitter activity, things like that guy on Coin Bureau was talking about. But he did have a lot of really good things to say about it too. So you get to hear the good, bad, and the ugly. That's why Coin Bureau is one of my faves. I'd probably say they are my fave. Even though Guy might be an actor, I don't know, but I don't actually think that's true. He's actually awesome with crypto. So, and I feel like he gives a fair and balanced view, even though I don't hardly trust anybody at all, period, in the entire crypto space. Okay, anyways, so it's really interesting. I think it's worth a listen to. And maybe Klayton has really gotten their act together, it sounds like, and has a lot going. So because I trust the team, I trust Dreamer. They're going to do what's best for the project, and they're not going to get with a project. And the AMA is coming, exciting, Monday. So we'll be able to pin them down like a butterfly in a killing board and ask all kinds of questions, hopefully. All right. Okay. One thing I also wanted to note, Bogside chat had an awesome chat today. Shout out to Bogside chat. Listen to their YouTube. I'm going to have their recent YouTube podcast also in the description below. So we'll have Coin Bureau video on Klayton. We'll have a Bogside chat as well. And 2 nights ago, I was on with Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, baby. They have a YouTube channel. The guys that created this awesome website for summoning and stuff. I love it. Okay. So we had like the record long podcast. I'm a time warp always, as you guys probably know. Okay. Then also Wisdom for PvP. Maybe that's a separate video, but my takeaway is really encouraging. Did they get with a massively huge company? No. But Wisdom's focus is on esports. That's what we want. They're talking esports with this game. That means our heroes can be used. This game it's so bullish. This game could become like Legends of Zelda or something, while we're traveling across all these lands and then doing battles. There's so much upside here with our heroes. So they decided to go with a smaller team that focuses on esports. They have an arena for like esports, and they wanted a project that was all in, with an already fully aware of DeFi Kingdoms, a big fan of DeFi Kingdoms, on the same page, supporting. They like the current direction of DeFi Kingdoms. They wanted to find a partner on their same page. That's a good thing. So I'm bullish on Wisdom. Klayton, I'm like, wow. So it is a massive company, and hopefully it's going to be all good. There are some red flags that you'll see, but a lot of upside, a lot of good things. Okay, could be huge. So I'm bullish on Klayton. It's exciting. Thumbs up. I trust the team. They're the bomb. I feel like they're looking out, not for their own best interest, but for the best interest of the community. That's how you succeed in life and in business. Most people don't get it. They don't get it. All right. Most people don't get it. All right. That's probably way too loud. I'm working on video editing. Hopefully I can edit this video and figure it out. I've been watching videos all day on it, killing me. Okay. My brain fog. I've been functioning at such a low level. Once I start taking care of myself, going back to CrossFit and having a regular sleep schedule, life will be much better. Much better. The videos will be much better. We're going to improve. Always improving, baby. Oh, got to show you this too. So egg hatching. So think of this. Let's look at this. This just hit me. Shout out to Carlo, our mighty leader for Waufu. Okay. When you come to the hatcher, and you compare Gaia's Grace to Gaia's Boon. So Carlo just simply made the point. You never want to do. So I said in previous videos, you want to do 50 jewel and maximize, because it's all about getting mythic. It's all about the mythic, right? You want to maximize your chances of mythic and legendary and rare. Okay. But Carlo said, look, with eggs, eggs are so cheap right now. They're so cheap. So if you're going to hatch an egg on Gaia's Grace, you're saving 40 jewel. Then with that 40 jewel, okay, and look, mythic, 1% chance. Gaia's Boon, 2% chance. Okay, but with that 40 jewel, you can have the same chances because you can get a whole nother pet. The 40 jewel, buy an egg and hatch it on the Gaia's Grace. And you still have, the eggs are around 20 jewel, give or take. Okay, or 25 jewel maybe. All right. So you can buy a whole extra egg and hatch it and still have 5 to 10 jewel left over if you just do Gaia's Grace. Plus, that actually increases your chances for a legendary and rare, because Gaia's Grace is 15% rare, 4% legendary. Gaia's Boon, 6% legendary. Okay, you are doubling your chances for a mythic, but you're not doubling your chances for a legendary. It goes from 4 to 6. And then look, for rare, it goes from 15 to 20. And that's what it's all about. Getting a mythic primarily, or legendary, but rare is okay too. Getting those, man, that's the way to go. Plus, you got an extra pet. No brainer. No brainer. Now, this one is because of the price of the eggs. Now, let's say the eggs cost 200 jewel, or something. That it would be a no-brainer to go to Gaia's Boon. And that was always my mindset. But now, thinking about it, it's like, whoa, yeah. Why didn't I see that? So no-brainer. You do got to wait 24 hours. So what? All right. That's what you want to do if you're hatching eggs. What else? Gardens. So I learned that the gardens are not off peg. Okay, the coins in these gardens are on peg. What's off peg is USDC. So this 105 million is way off peg. USDC is off peg. So, and I remember the night when the hack happened, everything was so out of whack, and I just thought everything was out of peg. So, including Jewel. Okay, but I remember even trying to bridge my Avalanche off, and I couldn't. Like, it was, if I bridged it from here back to the other chain that night when the hack happened, I wasn't it wasn't 1-to-1 pairing, even with Avalanche. Well, now apparently it is. And so if you have gardeners gardening, it even makes gardeners way more profitable to get into this pool as opposed to the pool in Crystalville. That makes sense. That's why the other night, Adventures on DeFi Kingdoms said, yeah, he's not in Crystalville pools. And it surprised me, if you remember. Man, and I sold all my stuff that night. Oh, it's killing me. So I need to get back in. I had all my Ratmatic here. I had most of my Binance coin in here. I had, all my Bitcoin and Ethereum. And yeah, it destroyed me. Okay. Anyway, so all these are on peg. I sold all my Phantom. Okay. So that's good to know. It'll make your gardeners way more profitable too. So that's cool. I love it. Okay. What else? Anything else? Check out the Bogside chat in the description. Bullish, 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 bullish. People don't get it. People don't get it. How bullish this project is. It's absolutely phenomenally bullish. Unlike any other crypto project I've ever seen. So the upside to get potential 1000x gains is here. And I've only had one coin where I've had 1000x gain. People talk about it like it's nothing, or even 100x gain, like for that matter. They talk about it like it's no big deal. Oh yeah, 100x, 10x gain is amazing. To get a 1000x gain, okay, you get massive adoption, there is massive upside. Also, okay, the other night, Bogside Chats said the team hinted about the jewel unlocking, up and coming jewel unlocking. That's really concerning. They said they think the team is going to incentivize us to put our locked jewel and lock it up longer, do it again, and we'll get a lot more jewel down the road. So some people are going to probably pass on that, but I think the incentive, based off what they said, which their chat the other night, that podcast I was on the other night, those guys are phenomenal. These guys behind the site, I'm going to have them on the show. We're going to talk about their fight club that they're working on. Oh, and I heard about it also from the Bogside chat. So the Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms chat from the other night, phenomenal. Those guys. I love you guys. I love you, Neindorf. And I think it was it Ralph or something? Love you guys. Gonna have them on the show. Can't wait. Phenomenal. Bogside chat, loved hearing them as well. So the jewel unlocking, I think they're gonna figure out a way to not make it all unlock over the next year and triple the supply of jewel over the next year. Okay, I think we'll be good. We'll figure that out. Anything else? I hit on it. I got it. I'm going to talk about the DFK expert in another video. I was going to talk about that, but I've probably gone way too long. Like, subscribe, bell button. It's hard to stay encouraged. I'm such a mental basket case, for real. And it's hard to stay encouraged some days. But you guys, I've gotten so much love from so many people. It has really helped. Just want to tell you guys that. So the more you guys comment on the video, stuff like that helps. I'm going to keep improving. Right now, I'm going to work on trying to edit this video. That will be fun. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, bell button, comment, baby, on this video. We're going to get massive adoption into this game, I believe. We're going to do it. I believe it's coming. I'm a believer, baby. So you need to go be mindlessly, recklessly irresponsible with your money. If you have 1 penny in your bank account, what do you do with it? You're buying heroes, baby. Every last penny you can scrape up, you buy as many heroes as possible. Baby, yeah, love you. Crypto Grady out.